Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well on this wonderful day. We are one day before the close of the trading week, and I would like to just show everyone something that not a lot of traders show people their losses. They might just show red screen and things like that, but they don't really show people like losses based on analysis that they did, because you must know ultimately we're not always gonna get it right. We are people. There's no winning strategy that is 100% win rate. Even that it will lose at some time, right? So just to make things interesting, we're gonna go to the dollar first, as we always do. And as you can see, I said yesterday that I was expecting the dollar to have some potential bullish momentum based on this previous resistance. But I also noted that it was going to be a possibility that the price could just break to the downside. And the reason for that is it looked like we were forming some sort of downtrend, right? So if you can recall, I placed a trade on Euro USD. And as you can see on this, based on this, I was stopped out, right? So I took a L here, and this one was more of a, how can you say, it was supposed to be a potential swing trade, but I was looking for an early entry based on a double top. As you can see, I said that if price presents itself at this zone and forms some type of potential double top, and if you look at the candle structure, it was forming some sort of potential double top resistance zone. Unfortunately, that was not in the plan, I guess, for the rest of the world. And because the dollar shot down, Euro USD shot up, and I took a loss, and it's okay. One of my strategies is, especially for swing trade, I will always enter with a small volume at 1% risk. So 1% risk may look different to everyone, right? It's gonna depend on your account size. If you've got 100,000 rand that you're trading with, then 1% risk of that would be 1,000 rand, right? If you're trading with 50,000, 1% risk would be 500 rand, right? But the most important thing is not really how much money you 1% means to you. The most important thing is that 1% risk is just an, how can you say, it's sort of it's sort of like a tracker, right? So you place your trade at 1% risk, right? Should the trade go against you, like it happened here, then I took a 1% loss, right? But if the trade starts working in your favor, that's now where we start making money, because we have certain places or areas where you can see, okay, there's a zone right here. If the price were to break below the zone and give a retest right at this area right around here, I would have been start adding more entry positions, you see. So the 1% risk is more basically just like a tracker per se. Okay, you place your trade 1% risk, and then you monitor on your phone. Okay, you check it during later the day, and then you notice, okay, you're in a sizable amount of profit. Let's check where the market is, and then you add in positions. So don't let people fool you and say that you can't make money using the 1% or 2% risk to reward ratio. It's not true. That thing for me, it's just an initial amount that I'm willing to risk, and then once the trade starts pushing in my direction, then I start adding on volume size, and then we start to make money, right? So I took a L here, right? I'm just gonna clear this and let's start the day, right? So we can finally see what's happening today. So the dollar, plain and simple, broke below a structure. I wouldn't necessarily be interested in getting in a short position here, because I only take trades based on areas of interest or rejection. So if the price were to come around here, then I would be interested in entering a long trade, right? I wouldn't even really be interested in entering a short trade unless I caught this area right here. So that's the way I trade, right? Euro USD, I'm not even gonna touch on that. US30 was interesting. I ended up closing this trade for quite a sizable amount of profit, and the reason being is when price hit the zone right here, it started forming this sort of bearish sentiment. So I closed the trade. I don't want to risk giving the profits away now based on my feelings in believing that it will continue to the upside. If it does continue to the upside, then obviously I'll look to get in, but it needs to meet certain criteria. It needs to break above previous resistance, and then it needs to retouch. Okay, so GJ, I also did manage to close some profits on this, and I have just got my previous entry open just for reference. So I managed to close some profit on this, and it did not reach the entire target, but what had happened after price just blew through the first resistance, second resistance, it gave a touch and it went up, and it touched this key resistance zone. Let's just go to daily chart. So if you can see on the daily here, this was a previous key resistance zone, right? And when the price got up there, it started forming a rejection. As you can see now, it's even pushing to the downside. So I ended up closing this for a quite nice amount of profit. So let's just close this, and let's just delete this thing so we can see what GJ is doing today, and we can make a determination of what we want to do, right? So as you can see, GJ potentially here, it's forming a swing point, right? And why I say that is because if you look at this, because we failed to break above, right? And I always talk about this a lot. I said that price swings from point to point, right? Before it makes an initial break. So if this area right here was not the initial break, if this zone right here was not the power that we needed to go completely break above that key resistance noted on the daily chart, then definitely sure we're looking for a foot swing point, right? Now you can even see currently as we're looking at the chart right now, it's breaking below this previous resistance, right? I myself won't be interested in taking a short position because it's so close. If you look at this, it's very close, and because we are potentially in an uptrend, and I noted that GJ was extremely bullish. If we look at this, we only had green candles for days, not even a red candle. Let me just point to it for you. So if you look at first this area, right, green candles for days, right? Second one, green candles for days. Look, whenever price came down, there was a mixture, green, red, but it battled to come down, right? So because of that, I won't really be looking to short GJ based on how long it's going to take, and based on, you can see that the favorable side to be on GBP JPY is bullish. So if you were wise, you would wait for GJ to reach the potential next swing point, and then we're gonna hold long positions all the way to the top, right? Okay, gold. Let's go on gold, right? So gold is kind of in the air. If I noted yesterday, I said that at this area right here, we would get some sort of bias bullish sentiment, and you can see now that it's just kind of creeping. But if we just connect our areas like this, right, you can see that this is a bearish ascending wedge, and the reason for that is previously we had this push down, right? So this is the correction currently to correct this impulse to the downside. What we could look on for gold is look for some sort of break of this wedge structure, some sort of retest or correction, and then we continue to the downside, and we might build up enough steam to break past this previous zone if the sentiment allows it. As I said, that gold we will be bearish for some time now. Okay, so that's all for today. We are nearing the end of the week. As I said, I took a 1% loss. It's been a while since I took a loss, like 2 weeks now, but it's all good. So yeah, let's just see what opportunities present us. So for me, GJ, I'll only really be interested when price reaches the bottom. Yeah, I wanna enter a long position again. Euro USD, I don't even want to talk about that because it's far from me doing anything. I'm not even gonna buy or anything of that nature. Gold is currently not interesting unless it can break this wedge and give us some sort of retest, and then we can hold sales to the downside.